In this video, we're going to find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form given slope and 1 point, and they want us to use point-slope formula. So point-slope formula is really just the slope equation. So let's I'm going to say PSF for point-slope formula. And then you're also going to hear slope-intercept form, which is SIF. So SIF is y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form. Point-slope form is essentially the slope formula. And actually, I'm going to write that out here. Slope is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Point-slope form is actually y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Now, I want you to see that these two formulas are actually the exact same. If I multiply the slope formula by x2 minus x1 on both sides, the x2 minus x1 on this side would cancel, and I'd end up with x2 minus x1 over here being multiplied times m, and so I would have point-slope form. So point-slope form is the same as the slope formula. And you could also see that if you just divide by x minus x1 on each side, you end up with the slope formula. So if you just remember the slope formula, you can always get point-slope form. We're actually going to go through and do this two different ways. So I'm going to do this slope-intercept form and point-slope form. And then you can kind of pick which one you like to use. So for point-slope form, they tell us the slope is -4. So m equals -4. And we have this point, -7, 2. So this would be like x1, y1. And we're going to plug those into this equation. So we have y minus 2 is equal to -4 because of the slope, x minus x1, which is -7. So I'll put a parentheses, -7 here. I have y minus 2, which is equal to -4. This is x plus 7. Subtracting a negative, it's like addition. I'm trying to work myself into y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to distribute this -4 to each term. I get y minus 2 equals -4x minus 28. And then finally I'm going to add 2 to each side. I get y is equal to -4x minus 26. So this would be slope-intercept form, but using the point-slope equation. Now you could have just taken the -4, plugged it into slope-intercept form, and then taken the coordinate and found b. So I take the 2, plug it in for y, take the -7, plug it in for x. So I have 2 equals -4 times -7 plus b. So I end up with 2 equals 28 plus b. Subtract 28 on each side. Get -26 is b. And now that I have the b value, I can substitute that back in the equation. And you can see we end up in the exact same spot. So essentially, point-slope form is the slope equation, and you can use it to write equations as long as you know the slope and 1 point. And you can obviously convert that to slope-intercept form, or you can just use slope-intercept form straight away with the slope and 1 point. Let's try a second example. So let's write these two things out. We've got point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And we got, that's PSF. Then we have SIF, which is y equals mx plus b. So we'd have y minus y1. We have x1 and y1 here for the coordinate. So y minus -3 is equal to the slope, which is -5, written right there, x minus 2. That's addition, so that's y plus 3. We subtract a negative. Distribute the negative sign to each term, or the -5 to each term. That's -5x plus 10. And then subtract 3 on each side. So it's y equals -5x plus 7. Let's do the same thing but with slope-intercept form. We'll have y equals -5x plus b. Let's take x and y and substitute them in. That's -3 equals -5 times 2 plus b. We get -3 equals -10 plus b. Add 10 to both sides. 7 equals b. So we have y equals -5x plus 7. That's the two different forms that you can use to write equations.